Good morning, everyone. It is July, is it 6th, I believe? July 6th, 2023. I haven't posted in a while. Mainly because I've been moving. A lot of new things happening in my life, so I got a new job, a new house. Got out of my old apartment that I had. Lots of changes. So it's been a very, very hectic few months, and I've been trying to adjust. And yeah. My baby just turned 1, which is awesome. She's took her first steps the other day and went right back to crawling. She can't. I don't know what it is. She doesn't want to walk right away, which my wife's completely for. She's so afraid that by the time she starts walking, we're just not going to be able to keep up with her, because she's already pretty stealthy and pretty mobile as is with her just crawling. So she doesn't want her to start walking right away. Let's see what's going to happen today. Yeah, I got a new job. I worked for a family as their property manager in Topanga Canyon. So it's a nice little drive in the mornings, nice little commute. And the area is super relaxing. It's not as stressful. I mean, I know how to do property management. I've done it for several years, over 10 years, and the pandemic was what caused me to have to go and start my HVAC business because they didn't want to have anybody on properties for that 2 years. So had to make money somehow because the bills didn't stop because the government wasn't helping anyone out with that. So I decided to become an essential worker and start an HVAC business, and did that for 2 years. Had a partner, and then slowly realized that the partner wasn't really doing much, just collected money. And the more I worked, the more my body was getting physically beat up, because doing HVAC is not easy. It's extremely hot. It's hard freaking labor. And when you're starting out a business and you're not getting much help from your partners, it's mentally taxing as well. So my mental health was going down. Financially, I was just breaking even. Wasn't really doing much. But I was just working myself so hard, just trying to keep it afloat. And oh god! So I made the decision to start looking for another position, start looking for another job. I was like, I know that in property management and estate management, I'm definitely not going to work as hard physically, and it comes pretty naturally to me because I'm very hands-on and I know how to fix everything and work on things and build things. But then I'm also very organized, so it's a skill set that fits perfectly for estate management and property management. So I know that with my skills that are in high demand in this city. So I decided to take the steps to start looking for another position. And I have headhunters that I've worked with in the past, and they were very excited to have me back into the workforce because they knew that they could find me a position quickly. And I told my partner what I was doing, and I told them that if we want to keep the business open, we need to start taking steps to hire someone that can run the day-to-day operations and take over the accounts, since I was the only one that was basically doing everything. I was running all the repair calls, and I was subcontracting my installs. So I would sell the jobs, and then my installers that I worked with, they would install the equipment. So it worked great, but then you have a slow winter, and where it was raining all the time, and the economy was not doing very well, and so it just made for a very, very slow winter. So I told him I was going to be getting out, so we need to find somebody, and he never did. He never took the steps. I gave him the everything that we were looking for. I found applications. I found job descriptions, exactly what we were looking for, and I copy pasted, sent it all over to him. Like, just post this in Indeed and all the job sites, and let's hire somebody. And he never did. Never did. And so I kept telling him, hey, I'm going out. I'm interviewing. Hey, I'm going out. I may be getting this job. Hey, just letting you know I'm getting hired. Hey, 2 weeks I start. Hey, 1 week I start. And he never took the steps. So I closed it down. And he wasn't upset, but he was questioning, like, well, what about me? What about what about his wife? What about my assistant that was helping on the calls, on phones and everything? I'm like, I told you 6 months ago this was what was gonna happen. I wasn't joking. I told you I was very serious and that I was going to be doing this, and you just did not take me seriously. And on top of that, you had 2 years of me working and you collecting money to where you could have done anything. You could have picked up something else, or you could have helped us grow the business, but instead you did nothing. And now you're upset that I'm walking away. It's like, sorry. So and it's kind of funny because I had enough money in the bank to make sure all the accounts were paid, and I told him we need to close these accounts, pay everything off, and it wasn't done. So basically I'm stuck paying the rest of our accounts by myself because he decided to keep taking money out of the account for himself and for his wife, who was doing our books. And now I'm stuck with finishing everything up. I personally had to go around and close everything, even though he was the one that opened up certain accounts and everything. I had to go back and close everything. So it didn't leave a sour taste in my mouth, though. I pushed past it. I'm over it. I just want to get done with it. It was a learning experience for sure. I definitely learned a lot about business, about sales. I already knew how to work on stuff and everything, so that wasn't something that I was worried about. That's why I started the business. But I learned a lot when it comes to people and my friendship, with him, because that kind of sucks to know that your friend's going to take advantage of you like that. So we're still friends, but I won't be going into business ever again with him. yeah, it was a learning experience. Moving on, right? I told my wife, like, hey, it's no hard feelings. Every experience in life is a learning experience. There's no mistakes. There's no failures. You just learn from it and move on. You can't dwell on it. Dwelling on it's just gonna, make you freaking chase your tail and cause you to use energy on something that doesn't need to have any more energy given to it. So walk away, head held high, and yeah, next time I start a business, I'll know. Yeah, everything's going well now. I started this new company, and I took a little less money to work with this company, and I've been out of the workforce for this industry for a couple of years, and after a few months I realized that I'm definitely underpaid for my skill set, realizing that what they currently have on staff, I'm like, wow, they're not very skilled when it comes to what they can do. They're supposed to be housemen and be able to, I would assume, fix certain things, but they do not know how to fix anything. And I have to fix everything. And they don't have facilities guys, and they don't have preventative maintenance schedules. They don't have repair schedules. They don't have anything. So I'm having to come in. I came into this job completely with no assistance from the previous estate managers or property managers. Basically, they were hiring people that were in other positions, and now they are expecting me to come in and fix everything, which I will. I've already turned one property completely around, which it's a big property. It's got multiple homes on it, and it's very large acreage, 20 acres, I think. So it's a big property, and I've completely changed everything around and got everything working again and gotten everything on a schedule. But it's still a daunting task. But it's getting done. I've only been in it for a few months, and I've already got this place like in operational order again. And now I'm starting to put house manuals together to get everything on a maintenance schedule and to be properly maintained over a period of time, so we can get weekly maintenance schedules, monthly, semi-annually, and just get these things to where getting all the equipment listed, all the appliances, so we know when everything was installed, when it was maintenance, when it was how the family likes things, their property setups, when they go and play tennis, what do they like to have in the fridges, what do they like to have their towels set, what kind of rackets they use. Like, there's things that you need to be aware of and stuff, because when you're working for an ultra high net worth family, they are particular, just as we all are. It's just they have the ability to pay someone to make everything the way they want it instead of having to do it themselves. So we have quite a large staff, but not on this property. On this property, it's just a few of us, but we're making it happen. But I'm definitely going to organize everything, and apparently they do a review every year, and on that year review we will be talking about a substantial raise. Oh man. But it's been really good. I find the change has been very relaxing, because the property is, like I said, it's a very big property. It's a lot of open space, a lot of land, so it's very relaxing out there. and it's less physically demanding on me, which is what was a big thing about working for myself as the HVAC tech. It was physically demanding and it was mentally taxing, and I just was going into work every day just more and more upset and more stressed. So I look at everything now as just an opportunity to move forward and move away from that phase of my life. Like I said, everything's changed. We moved, me and my wife moved out of our condo into this house. And it's a gorgeous house. It's got, needs some work done to it on the outside. Her dad was very gracious and helped us out and helped pay for a few things. So the inside's ready to go, and our daughter's running around and enjoying it. And we're just getting settled in, We still have boxes that we're unpacking. And I still have to go back to the condo and get things fixed over there because we're gonna rent it out. And it's been a very new experience for my wife because she's never had to move very much. So this moving has been like, she's like, I'm so exhausted. Never had to move this much. She's lived in that condo for quite a long time, so she's been comfortable in there. And now moving to a house, and we even hired movers to get all the big stuff, but all the little things, the boxes, the small boxes, we're like moving ourselves. So that's why for the past month I've been working every day and then getting off work and going and moving stuff. And it's been a long month because not only have I been moving that location, I've also been moving my apartment. So I closed off the lease that I had down there, and I've been having to get that one moved. So I got that one completely moved, that one shut down, and now I'm having to do the condo. And so it's just been, literally I've been constantly moving every day after work for the past month, almost 2 months. And so it's I haven't been able to work out because I'm just exhausted at the end of the day. So I just go to bed and sleep and then get up in the morning, go to work, and do it all again the next day. So I've been sacrificing, working out, sacrificing going to my weekly, beach time with my friends and playing volleyball and stuff. And so I've been sacrificing those things, but in the long haul, it's going to be, better for everyone. And we do have an area that we can call our own. The outside still has some work to be done to it. I want to build a deck to the outside. We got to get the pool cover installed. It's already been ordered, but we got to get that installed because I don't want my baby to be falling into a pool and drowning. So we have all the doors shut all the time. But I got to get there's steps to have all this stuff done. Like the patio outside needs to be completely resurfaced and sealed. So I'm going to do that. And then we had the pool acid washed and the tiles cleaned and the filtration system changed and the valves changed out. So the pool's good to go now. It's just the patio area making it look nice again. It's got cracks and everything, so we need to resurface it, seal it, and then we can put the top track system for the pool cover in. And yeah. Once that's done, my long-term goal, the very back side of the property is on a slope. It's on a hill, and I want to put some I-beams in and have like a faux retaining wall, and I want to build a deck on top of that for half the yard and extend the yard out straight out so we can utilize that area and have a nice view. And I'm going to use polywood because it's less expensive than regular wood and it'll last longer. It'll last forever. what's going on with that. Just opened up. So yeah, I want to get that done, and then the other half of the yard, I want to put in that, like I said, that faux retaining wall, and add dirt and flatten that out so we can start planting. Because my wife and I want to kind of grow some vegetables and grow our own food and stuff. Because we don't trust any food that's in the supermarkets anymore. I mean, the more you look at everything, our food supply is complete shit here in America. They put poison in everything. Monsanto has got poison in all the foods and everything. Pesticides, GMOs, hormones, steroids, just everything together is just too much, you know. And we wonder why everyone's sick, you know. People get sick, and then they got to turn to big pharma for drugs to just keep them from dying, and then they have side effects to those drugs, and so you got to take drugs for those side effects. And it's like big pharma doesn't want to cure anybody, and 95% of your health issues could be solved by just eating better food, cleaner food, you know. My wife and I have started going to the farmer's market and buying all of our food, and people always say, oh, it's so expensive. I'm like, yes, it is, but which end of the spectrum would you want to spend your money? You want to go cheap and on your food, and then have to pay more for your health care, for your health later on, because you're going to sacrifice health for the price of that food, that quote unquote food. So would you rather spend money on the back end and be sick and not be able to enjoy time with your family and friends? Or would you rather spend more money now on good, healthy food that doesn't have pesticides, doesn't have chemicals, and you eat cleaner and you're healthier and you can sustain it more long term? Like, it's just, what would you rather pay for? So we go to the farmer's market and we freaking get good, clean food. We order our meat from a farm that they don't put anything in their cattle. They don't put vaccines in them. No hormones. Nothing in the food that they feed their animals. So, and you can taste it. The meat is so much cleaner, and more tender. And then all of our vegetables, of course, you know, we get from the farmer's market as well. But yeah, we'll spend, you know, $300 a week going and getting good food. And we're, like I said, it's not as much, but it's a lot cleaner. And I'd rather spend my $300 on that than $300 on crap food that's going to give my daughter health problems, you know. So the food's so good. And now with the move, we're not able to just walk around the corner to our farmer's market. Now we gotta drive there. It's like everything's more expensive when you own a house. That's why I tell people, like, owning a home is not, you know, it's not equity, it's debt. You know, a home is debt. You have to pay for everything. Nice colored car. Champagne. Alright, gonna get off the freeway now. Gonna be going to Topanga Canyon Boulevard. Yeah. don't stop, guy. You don't stop, guy. You don't stop, guy. You don't stop, guy. You have your own freaking lane, guy. Oh, wow. There's not a stop sign there. It's a yield sign. You keep going. People do not know how to drive. This handy dandy new phone holder. Has a better view. I was able to mount it to the windshield. You can actually see in the bottom right hand corner of the video. It's a suction cup thing. It works really well. Much better than what I had before. And it's removable. The other one was kind of a magnet system type thing. I really do enjoy the drive though. But I've been told that summertime gets super hot, and they said wintertime is absolutely miserable because it's cold and rainy and just yucky. Whoa! Wow, guy. Holy cow. Just screw that light, right? He's like, red light be damned. Went blasting through that sucker. You know what's funny though is that I'm gonna drive up here and he's probably gonna be sitting at the next light. Because the way this road is, Topanga Canyon Boulevard is basically a bridge to the other side of the mountain, to the ocean. So it becomes a 2-lane road up here, and people freaking haul butt to get in front of other people. And once you get up to the 2-lane part, because everything collapses from the 2 lanes to the 1 lane in each direction, and then you're just sitting there, just following each other through the canyons. So it's just funny for that guy to be hauling ass up the hill just to get stuck behind a bunch of cars, and they're all going to be going the same speed, and you can't pass. There's no passing areas. They are, but it's for slow vehicles to move over, and there's only, I think, one. Yeah, there's only one, and it's at the very beginning. Because once you get into it, there's no moving around. There's no change of pace here. Here we go. There you go. Now we're into 1 lane in each direction. It's a nice little area. And it's brush fire warning at all times because it's so warm over here. We have arson watch, as you just saw. It's so warm over here, all the fields are just super dry. So no smoking, no fireworks, no open flames. And here's the one little slow area lane passing. No fireworks in Topanga. And then now we're in it. That's the only area past that. And now we're just gonna be following this guy. Really, dude? This was on my butt. That guy was on my butt for no reason, and then made a left. I'm gonna get right on your butt, and then make a left-hand turn. Now we're nice and easy all the way up and all the way down. Oh, your trunk lid is open there, guy. I hope there's nothing in the back that you need to keep. See, another thing is that a lot of these people will cut these corners. Like, I try to stay in the lanes because of the fact that there's so many people that ride their bicycles in this area or walk up and down the side of the road. So if you freaking, like, people right here, people hike right there all the time, or they're crossing the street right there. It's a blind corner. You come hauling ass up there, you might hit someone. See, here's a bike rider right there. People ride their bikes all the time. And so you have to share the road with them. And if you're cutting these corners, trying to be Mario and Andretti, you could possibly take someone out. So, Topanga is a pretty cool little tight-knit community. It's kind of got a hippie vibe to it. So there's an area right there that you park, and you got the Topanga State Park, which is an area that is protected and everything, and everyone goes hiking there and stuff. So there's lots of activities out here. But yeah, it's very much about nature. Still part of Los Angeles, but it's kind of disconnected, and it feels like its own little place in the country. That's why I like it. I like working out here. Mental health. The older you get, you realize that your mental health is worth so much more than just making money. That you can't really put a price tag on that piece. If you're sitting in there at a desk, corporate job, just hating life, hating your commute, hating your job, it spills over in the rest of your life, and it's just not healthy. The only thing that we can control in this world is how we react to things. So if you allow that job to control you, and you think that that's all that life is about, is making money and buying things, and then you're going to have poor mental health, and you're going to suffer. Because no matter what society tells you, that's not what life's about. The older I get, the more I realize that I just want to spend more time with my baby girl and my wife. And I don't care about money. Do I need to make it? Yes, I need to make money. But I use it as a tool instead of just trying to impress people. I use it as a tool to get me to where I want to be, to where I can spend more time with my family. Money comes and goes. You can always make more money. You can't make time. So the more time that you can spend with your family and friends and loved ones, I guess he finally realized his trunk's open. Like, you gotta take advantage of it. Okay, kids, we're getting a little close to the owner's property, so, and I'm not gonna disclose that, so I'm gonna sign off and hope everyone is well. Love you all, and hope you have a happy, healthy day, and God bless you. Talk to you guys tomorrow.